From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
Within hours, we started getting different requests coming in.
People are buying it not specifically for the coronavirus. People are buying shelters for what the coronavirus can bring. The United States is very vulnerable economically. And if there were a collapse, we would see also a collapse of civil and social unrest. What you're going to have is people going door to door, trying to do harm, trying to steal, trying to take food, trying to take possessions, things like that. So what my clients want to do is go hide underground, and they don't have to worry about what's going on outside. They're safe and secure inside their shelter. The shelter that I sent you that you're seeing in the video is a 6,000 square foot ultra bunker. You'll notice there's 2 kitchens inside of it. There's a large main dining area, a 600 square feet main family room. It's a 1,000 square foot greenhouse garden. There's a shooting range underground, just to maybe as a hobby.
So the clients that we look after are generally founders, entrepreneurs, celebrities, high-level executives who own not only one house, but maybe a couple around the world. So we had requests for the Scottish Highlands. We had requests for places with bunkers, which was a pretty tricky one to find, I'll give you that. We had a request for a client that owns a massive house in Mayfair, like 35 million. They just redid it, and they wanted to take a flat in Mayfair, like round the corner from it, because they didn't want any coronavirus in their new house. We had ones for places with moats that were quite remote. So a lot of people wanted castles in Scotland. Islands are popular. I've discovered islands are very popular in a pandemic situation.
We used to live and work in London, both sold businesses 5 or 6 years ago and built a house down in the New Forest. We were having a chat with our son about what bookings were there in the flat and what was likely to happen to them if lockdown happened. And he'd had a few discussions and had heard a few whispers that the NHS were considering a scheme that would enable nurses, doctors to be able to live closer to the hospital than they actually do. We can see the Royal Free from one side and we can see UCH from the other, so it seems like an only reasonable thing to do.
Staying in this flat during the crisis has put my mind at ease. It's allowed me to be away from my family members to stop putting them at risk of coronavirus. One of my family members are high risk and immunocompromised, so staying here is essentially saving their life.